This is Shalaya with Scott Lowry Marketing, and today we are going over holiday marketing within Command. So to get started, you do want to log into Command, which is agent.kw.com. And once we sign into Command here, the first thing that we want to do is go over our marketing profile to make sure that all of our compliance items are up to date. Because when we do our marketing in here, our email campaigns and our smart plans and our designs are going to pull in some of the compliance information from our marketing profile. So we do want to make sure that information is filled in correctly and always up to date. So to get to our marketing profile, we're going to click on our name in the top right corner. And then we're going to go down to settings. Once we're in our settings, we're going to go to the left side and go under Connect Settings. And that is where we can find our marketing profile here. So we'll go ahead and click on that. So we'll just do a quick overview from top to bottom of our marketing profile here. So first thing I'll note is in the top right, you'll see this green toggle for Use My Information to brand my agent site. You do always want to be sure that is toggled to green, as that is what feeds your marketing profile to your marketing materials. So the first thing you'll have is your headshot photo and your team logo. So for your headshot photo, you do want to be sure it is cropped down to a square. If it does look distorted in the circle here, that is how it will show up on your marketing. So you do want to make sure that's cropped down. And if you have any trouble with that, you can always send your headshot over to us and we can help you get that adjusted for you. For the team logo, if you are on a team, you might have a logo to throw in here. If not, we do still recommend having some kind of logo in this placeholder, only because some of your marketing will automatically pull this image in. So if you don't have something uploaded here, it will show up as a broken image on your marketing. So you can add in just a KW logo like you see on ours, or a realtor logo, a designation logo, or if you have your own custom logo, you can use that as well. Next, we have our detail information. So this is going to be based on your information. So your name, your license number. If you are on a team, your team name can go in here. Your job title. If you have a slogan that you use for your business, you have the option to add a slogan in here. And then we have our credentials here. And if you're not sure how to get this little symbol after realtor here, if you hold down the Alt key on your keyboard and then type in 0174, that's going to give you that symbol there. So below our information, we have the option to add in military affiliations. So you can choose your affiliation from the drop-down menu here. And then once you choose your affiliation from here, it's going to give you another drop-down menu to select the service that you are affiliated with. If you do add these in, be sure that you do click on the add button all the way to the right. Otherwise, it will not save those changes when you save your profile. Below that, we have our bio. So the way your bio looks in this box is how it will show up on your marketing. So if you do have any line breaks or anything like that in between your paragraphs, this is where you want to be sure that is reflecting for you. Under that, we have our contact information. So your phone number, your office phone number. You also have the option to add a fax number if you would like. And then we have our email. So most likely you will see your KW email here. Unless you are utilizing a business email that you use, you can add that in there. And then your website URL will go next to that. And then below that is what is important for our holiday marketing here. So this market center information is going to pull into your legal footers when you are creating your marketing. So you do want to be sure this is always current and up to date. So your market center logo, and you'll see that this logo looks distorted here. Unlike the headshot photo, the logos will correct themselves on your marketing. So this is totally fine here. And then we have our market center name, phone number, and address. So again, always make sure this stays up to date. If by chance you transfer market centers or your market center has relocated, always be sure that is reflecting the correct information there. And then down below that, we have our compliance items. So again, our compliance items will also pull into our legal footers. So we do want to make sure that this is always reflecting the correct information. So if your market center has any specific legal text that they require, you can add that in this legal footer text box. You do not need to add the verbiage that each office is independently owned and operated, as that is automatically on your marketing already. So if you were to type that in here, then it would show up twice. Below that, we have legal footer links. So you do have the option to add links to your legal footers. So some market centers do require certain links to be added for compliance purposes. So Texas agents need to have their commission information forms, and New York agents need to have their standard operating procedure form. So to add legal footer links, you can simply click on the add link button, and then it will give you text boxes to add in your link title, as well as the URL to the link. And then to delete these, you can simply click on the red trash can icon all the way to the right here. Under that, we have legal footer images. So these are very small. They're like thumbnail sizes. You'll see in the description, they are 128 by 48 pixels. So they're not very big. You probably don't want to use this for any like advertising or anything like that. However, if you wanted to add any additional credential logos or something similar, you could add those in there. And then last here at the bottom, we have social media links. So you do have the option to add the links to your social media business pages. So you can add your Facebook, your Twitter, your Instagram, if you have a YouTube channel, as well as your LinkedIn profile. So all of those can be linked to show on your marketing, such as your website and things like that. So once we have finished updating our marketing profile, we do always want to make sure we click on the save button down here on the left to make sure our change is saved. And once we click that, it's going to refresh the page, and we're going to get this little pop-up box letting us know that it was successfully saved there. So now that we've made sure that our marketing profile is updated, we can go ahead and get started with our holiday marketing. So if you are still getting familiar with what each of these icons are over on the left-hand side, you can click on the red KW in the top left corner, and that will give you a description of each icon. So to get started, we are going to go into designs. So we'll just click on designs here. And then the first thing we are going to do is we are going to select our holiday design that we want to use. So we can go to the top right corner and click on create design. And then for this, we can select either the social option or the print option. I'm going to go under the print option here. And then next. And then this is going to redirect us into our design templates. So KWRI has provided many different templates for different holidays that we can use. So over on the left-hand side here, we have all of these different drop-down menus to choose from. So we're going to go under the holiday option. So if we just click on that, That's going to give us a drop-down menu of every month within the year. So we're going to go ahead and click on December. So once we go into December here, you will see you have many different designs for the different holiday options within the month of December. So we have options for Hanukkah. We have options for Christmas in here. We have generic happy holidays. We have just winter. So there's many options that you can choose from. There's even options for Kwanzaa in here. So you can kind of scroll down and go through all of your design options here and choose the one that works best for you and your marketing. So for this one here, I'm going to grab this blue Happy Holidays one. So we can simply click on the use button here. So you can customize these in different ways. So for here, we can click on the agent name here. And if we double click, we can edit the text here. And you can type in your name in this box. And then we can go up to this little download icon here. And when we are using this for marketing within Command, we want to download as an image file. So for this, we would recommend using a JPEG, whereas the PNG might be too large of a file to pull into the design that we're going to use for our email marketing. So I'm going to select JPEG here and click on download. And I'm also going to grab another one in here. So I'm going to go back and click on this home button. And that's going to take us back to our projects. So I'm going to click back over to templates in the top left. And it's going to bring me back to where I started. So right back to holidays and December. So I'm also going to grab a holiday one here that has a logo in there. So you can see how to switch those logos out. So I'm going to click on use on this one here. So for these, you'll see in the center, there is a DBA name logo here. So what we want to do with this is we want to switch this out to our logo that matches our market center or our business. So if I click on this logo, it's automatically going to bring up my logo assets that I have within my account. So this should automatically pop up for you on your end with your market center logos. So I'm going to select this white SLM logo here in the top corner. So what we want to do is once this logo on our design is selected, we can hover over the logo that we want to replace it with and click on this little recycle looking icon. So that's going to replace the image. So that automatically replaced that DBA logo with our logo there. So that's the only change that we need to make with this design here. So just like the last one, we can go up to this little download icon. And I'm going to download this as a JPEG file. And we'll click download there. So once we have our image saved, we can go back to Command. So if we go to the top left corner and click on the red KW up here, that's going to take us back to Command and to our designs platform. So now that we created our design, before we can add this to a email campaign or a smart plan, we need this to be in a email newsletter format. So once again, we're going to click on create design in the top right. And then this time we are going to select the email option, which is the first option here under create. And then we will click on next. So once we select that, this is going to bring up all of the email newsletter templates that are provided by KWRI. So there are 73 templates provided here. So you can click on load more to scroll through all of the templates, or there's also a search option up here. So you can search if you're looking for a specific type of template. Or you'll see at the top, we already have some holiday options here. So we have Happy Spring, Happy Valentine's Day, and Happy New Year. So for this, I'm going to grab the Happy New Year option, and then we will kind of make some adjustments to this to fit our Happy Holidays design. So we'll go ahead and select that and then click next in the bottom right. So once this loads in, so the middle here is going to be a preview of what our newsletter looks like. So here at the top, you'll see this looks like a broken image. However, this will fix itself once you send it out. So this top area, as well as the very bottom down here, is going to pull from your marketing profile. So that is why it is always important to make sure your marketing profile is current and up to date at all times. So I'm going to scroll back up here. So we're going to change this Happy New Year graphic to the graphic that we just downloaded. So if I double click on this image, it's going to give me an option to replace this. So I'm going to go ahead and click on replace, and then I'm going to select add images, and then we can upload the image that we just downloaded from our designs. So I'm going to simply drag this over from my folder. So you can either drag and drop your files, or if you click on this box here, it will give you the option to upload your file from your folder. So once you upload your file, you're going to want to click on the image here and then click on the replace button in the bottom right. And then we want to be sure on the right side that we click on done right here. And that's going to update that image with our image that we just uploaded. So within the newsletter here, so you'll see these details surrounded by asterisks. So this is automatically going to pull in your context information based on the context that you are sending your email or smart plan to. So we can use these placeholders here. There are many different options that you can use as well. So if we click on this drop down in the top right, you have placeholders for first name, last name, license number, team name, designations. This is all of your information as an agent. And then if we scroll down, we can find information for clients. So contact first name, contact last name, contact email, contact phone number, and even birthday and anniversary. So there's many different placeholder formats that you can choose from when you're building out your newsletters. So I'm not going to make any changes to this newsletter here. I'm going to leave it just how it is. So we do have the option to see a preview by clicking this eyeball icon here. And there you'll be able to see where it's pulling in the logo as well as the legal footer information from the marketing profile. So that no longer looks all jumbled up there. Now you will see that the contact first name placeholder still looks how it did in the template. The reason for that is that's not going to update when you bring up a preview or when you send a test email. You do have to send a live email out for that to update because it has to have that contact information to pull into the template. So now that we have our newsletter updated here, we can go ahead and click on save. And then we'll click on the X in the top right corner. So we have a couple different options. So you can either send a one-off email campaign, or you can send this through a smart plan. So we're going to go over how to use a smart plan, as it is quick to set up, and you can even schedule them in bulk without having to create mailing lists and things like that. And there's also extra holiday smart plans that you can check out as well within the smart plan library. So to go over that, we're going to go into smart plans. And so again, if you're still getting familiar with these icons over here, you can go ahead and click on the red KW in the top left. And we're going to click on smart plans here. So once we're in smart plans, if we go to the top and click on library, so we can search the smart plan library for different smart plans that have already been created. So if you want to search holiday, or if you want to search for Christmas, or any specific holiday that you want to look for, you can kind of search and see if there is one that fits the needs that you are looking for before having to build out your own custom smart plan from scratch. So once you search for a smart plan here, you can go through all of the smart plans that are listed, and you can also view the steps that are included in the smart plan. So we can see that this wait to list until after the holiday smart plan has 23 steps in it. So if you want to view the steps that are in there, we can click on this view steps button here. And this is going to give a brief breakdown of what this smart plan entails. Now, if you want to see the description or details on the emails and texts that are included in the smart plan, you would have to add this to your library in order to fully view it and make edits to it. However, if you add it to your library, you're not required to use it. You do have the option to delete them if you don't need them. So you don't have to worry about adding it and being forced to use it or being stuck with it. It's not going to send out to your database or anything unless you specifically set it up to do so. So I can show you if we click on add to smart plan here. So this one requires a bi-weekly neighborhood nurture smart plan. So let's grab one that does not require something else. So if we click on the add smart plan button, it gives you the option to customize the name of the smart plan, or you can just leave it as it is. And then we can click on the download button. And so what that's going to do is that's going to add it to our smart plans. So if we go up to the top and click on my smart plans, that's going to bring us back to our smart plans here. And there is the smart plan that we just added. So say we added a smart plan from the library and we no longer want it, we don't want to use it. If we go all the way to the right, we can click on the three dots and we can delete the smart plan from our smart plans. And that's automatically going to remove that from our smart plans list. So now let's go ahead and jump into creating a smart plan for our newsletter that we just made. So we can go to the top right corner and click on the create button here. So the first thing that you are going to do is create a name for your smart plan. So we'll say Happy Holidays and apply. And that's going to bring us into our template to build our smart plan. So what we want to do is we want to first set a delay. The reason we recommend setting a delay is for a safety net. Otherwise, it's going to add, or when you add your clients, it's going to send out instantly with no record other than the contact profile having a note in the timeline. Whereas if you set a delay here, so we would recommend maybe a 3-day delay. So by setting a delay, it gives you time to go in and add the contacts to your smart plan that you are looking to add before it actually sends out. That way you have time to add your contacts and it will send out all at once the delay is up. Now, if this is something that you're falling behind on and you need it to go out right away, then you can skip the delay part. You can just create your smart plan email without the delay, and you can just send it out right as you are creating it once you add your clients. So once we add our delay here, we're going to select the send email option. So once we add that send email option, we are then going to go to email type here, and we're going to change this from simple to designs. And then that's going to give us a button to select our design here. So we'll go ahead and click on that. And then the one we just created should be the first one on the list here. And then we did not change the name of this. So the first thing I'm going to do is go up here and change this from Happy New Year to Happy Holidays. And then we'll go ahead and click save and close. And that's going to add our design to our smart plan email here. Also be sure that you are adding a subject for your email here, so you can customize this with whatever verbiage you prefer to use. And then once you add that, if we click on the save button in the top right, that's going to give us the option to add a trigger at the top. So you have the option to add tag triggers to your smart plans. So if you were to go in here and select a holiday tag here, so if you already have a tag created within your database that you are using for holiday marketing, then you can select that tag as a tag trigger for your smart plan, and it will add those contacts to your smart plan for you. So now that that has been done here, so there are a couple different ways that you can add your contacts to your smart plan. So next to the save button here, we have this contact button here where you can add contacts. Or if we go back to smart plans, we also have that button here under actions. And then you can also add contacts to your smart plan directly from your contact database. So if we go under our contacts, we can do a bulk select here. And under actions, we have a add to smart plan button here. So we can click on that, and then we are going to select the smart plan that we want to add this to. And then once you go to add your contacts to your smart plan, you have a couple different options here. So you have the option to start now, or you can start it on a specific date. So if you want your smart plan to go out specifically on Christmas or on another specific date, you can set your date here for it to send on that day. However, when you are selecting start now or start on a specific day, if you do have that 3-day delay in there, that means the smart plan is going to send 3 days after they are added. So if you were to add them on December 25th, then it would not go out until December 28th. So keep that in mind if you are adding delays to your smart plan. So we can go ahead and select a date here. So we'll say the 22nd. That will allow for our 3-day delay there. And then we can confirm. And that's going to add our contact to our smart plan. So if we go back to our smart plans, so for that smart plan we just created, you'll see under contacts, there is now one contact listed there. So that's the contact that I just added. So if I was to click on this, say I no longer want this to go out and I want to remove the contacts from this smart plan before it sends, we can select all and we can select remove all in the bottom. And it's going to confirm, are you sure you want to remove your contacts from your smart plan? And that's going to remove that contact there. Now, once your smart plan does send out, you will be able to see that activity within your contacts timelines. So you will be able to see when they were received and if they sent any replies back to your smart plan email as well. So again, keep in mind if you are using the 3-day delay and you are adding your contacts and setting a specific date, there will be a 3-day delay before it does send out. So if you were wanting to send this as a one-off email campaign instead of a smart plan, it's pretty similar as far as pulling the design in. The only difference there is that you do need to create your email list that you want to send your email campaign to. So we can go over that before we wrap up our class today. So if we go under campaigns here, so we have our option for email campaigns. So if we click on create new campaign in the top right and select the email option, so we will need to enter our campaign name here. And I'm just going to select other for the goal for this one. And then create campaign. And that's going to bring us to our template to build our email campaign out. So we have our campaign name, which this is only going to be viewable on your end. This will not be included in the email subject or anything like that. And then we have our send to. So this is where you would select or create your mailing list. So to create a list, you would click on the create list button here. And then you would create your list name. And then add the contacts that you are looking to add to your list here. And then you will simply click on the confirm button in the bottom right. And that's going to create that email list for you. And then you can select that list from your recipient list drop down here. And then below that is where you can add in your subject to your email. So this is similar to your smart plan email. And then we will select design here. So again, the design that you've just created should be the first option here. And just like our smart plan email, it's going to bring up our template here in case we want to make any changes. And then we can simply close out and save changes here. And that's going to add our design to our email campaign here. So once you have that all set up, in the top right, you have two options. You have the option to schedule your email campaign. So this will be different from your smart plan in the sense that you will not have the option to set any delays. So whenever you set this to send out is when it's going to send to your contacts. So you can select a certain day, a certain time, and then schedule that to send out. Or you can click on the send button, which will send it out right away for you. Do keep in mind that email campaigns can take up to 24 hours to fully process and send once you schedule those out. You also have the option to save this as a draft if you're not ready to send it yet. So if you still want to work on building up your recipient list or anything like that, you can save draft, and then you can go back into it at a later time to finish creating and sending that out. So that about wraps us up for today. If you have any questions or run into any issues when trying to create these, feel free to reach out to us anytime at support@scottleroymarketing.com, and we'd be happy to jump in and take a look for you. Thank you for joining, and I hope you all have a great rest of your week and happy holidays.